What's up, Dragon Brood? So today, we're doing something a little bit simple. Well, we'll call it simple, but really, it's Mono Black Aggro. I mean, and the thing is, this is a deck that's always popular, people always want to play it, and it sometimes takes a while to figure out what's the best way to go about it. However, this did actually get a little pickup from Kaldheim, which helps the deck out quite a bit. So I think people are going to be looking forward to that. And as always, before we get into it, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to help me out and show me how much you love and appreciate what we're doing here on the channel. But for now, let's go take a look at this Mono Black Aggro list. Oh, and one more thing before we get into this deck list here. I want to remind everybody about one of my partners, Ultra Pro. They have some of the most awesome designs and stuff on deck sleeves, like these, which look also like this really awesome box we have back here. You can totally get these on their website, which is cool. Or you can get a snow box if you're just into the Snowmana stuff from Kaldheim, or get stuff with this sweet Kaldheim metal logo. That's pretty awesome too. They're great supporters of my channel. Hook it up, check out shop.ultrapro.com. Link is in the description below. Also, if you don't want to buy anything from the website, get the item number and the name and just take it to your local store. Ask them to order it for you. You'll be able to help out your local store, make a sale there, and Ultra Pro's happy, I'm happy, you get some cool stuff, everybody wins. So check out ultrapro.com down at shop.ultrapro.com. Now, let's get into the rest of the video. Now, starting from the top here, we do have 4 Duskwielder, and this card is definitely one of the more important cards here for the deck because you're going to get guaranteed damage in even if your opponent decides to block. And you do have ways to pump it up with other things. So occasionally you're going to get to attack, fight, maybe kill something and still drain the opponent, which is really nice. It also happens to be a 1-2, which with so many aggro decks in the format right now, especially against Mono White, Mono Red, both having quality 1-1s, this actually gives you a way to fight and keep attacking, which is very good. Then we have a Hateful Eidolon. This has shown up in a lot of different black variants because of all the enchantment removal that they play. We do have some of that in this list as well. Speaking of which, we've got Mogus's Favor. This can be both an offensive and a defensive card. That's the other thing too I'll say about the other two creatures being a 1-2. This means you could put this on them and still attack. And sometimes you want to because you have the Hateful Eidolon out. So you can actually make a creature into a 3-1 fight. If it dies, you also get to draw a card. So that's pretty nice too. 2 Village Rites, just as a way to draw some extra cards, maybe blank an opponent's stomp on a Bone Crusher, something like that. It has a few different tricks going for it. Whisper Squad. This one's probably the iffiest one slot. It's just quality to be able to go get other cheap creatures. But because you do get bonuses from things, sometimes you're going and getting a 3-1, and that's actually not too bad to search for that. Playing Blood Sky Berserker. This is probably my favorite new addition, and it's one of the reasons to play so many cheap cards, because you can easily get this to a 5-5, to a 7-7, and really get some damage in with this card. Kitesail Freebooter, just kind of a temporary answer card to take away big things from your opponent. Demonic Embrace. This does a lot of work in this list, and it's arguable that there should be a 4th one in here. I'm just not sure where I would squeeze the space currently. But I do like the card. This comes into play quite a lot. Definitely would consider playing a 4th one. Then we have 2 Lurrus as a way to get stuff out of the graveyard, reuse some of that removal. 4 Heraldic Banner. This is a card that I think gets forgotten sometimes when you're playing the monocolor aggro list. But it does pump all your creatures and produce mana, so definitely something worth playing. Then we have 3 Rankles, 2 Agadeem's Awakening, 3 Castle Locthwain, 15 Swamps. Basically giving us 20 mana sources, but we do have so many 1s and 2s, it shouldn't affect the list too much. But you know the drill. Got to take it into the arena and find out. Alright, I'm only not activating just in case I wanted to use the Village Rites on whatever they target. They might Bone Crusher or something. Exactly, see? So now we don't have to deal with the 4-3 later, and we get 2 cards. Great trade. Great trade. We will do those all day. For black. And then we'll just play this because we can go get more attackers. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Opponent did nothing there. I don't know how much I believe that they've got nothing. Alright, first I'm going to do this. See if they want to stop an Eidolon. Saw it coming. Excellent. I would much rather that than what we're about to do. And then we're going to get in there for all of it. And we will pay for this one. Alright. So far, so good. It would be stressed about multitasking that. Yeah, some people really, really do. It's hard. I mean, and I get how it can be taken for granted, right? To communicate and play and everything else, but it is a skill. Ooh. Excellent. I will play this. Targets this. Discard that. Relentless damage just keeps coming. Alright, we'll take it. I played with my hand covered. I just had a little title bar with like my channel name over it. And I had people that were upset. They were like, well, what's the point of doing it if you're not going to show your hand or whatever? I was like, well, dude, I was playing with people live. Like, if you're upset, you're upset. Like, this is what you get, you know? And you could always see the card I was drawing. You just couldn't see the stuff that was in my hand. So, it was just, you know, I just had to make a decision. And for each person, it's a unique individual decision. I don't think there's a right answer. That, like, the way I did it is better than the way somebody else would do it. It's just whatever we're comfortable with. But I actually like engaging with my chat. So if I was streaming just so people could watch it, but I couldn't, like, I'm seeing you're hearing a response to your comment, like, 6 minutes later. You know, like, I don't know how that entertaining is for you as a viewer, you know? Oh boy. Do we want to play a freebooter or get another creature? I feel like the answer is freebooter. At least because I get to see what the opponent's working with. Oh. Well, we can take a mana. That seems good. I'm not going to complain about that. Seems solid. So yeah, I've done a few different things just to make it reasonable so you can stream while playing a competitive thing. For me, covering the hand made a lot of sense, but there were players, like I said, that were totally annoyed. Kind of picked up streaming and chat into their commentary. Yeah, they've been doing it in Pro Sport. It's sporadic. It's not as active as you would think, but it's definitely something they do. Alright. Man, freebooter being able to take a land from the opponent has been pretty good here. Don't hate it. They can kill our banner, though. But then they couldn't play a blocker. So that's actually okay if they do that. Oh no, they're going to steal our freebooter? Actually, still in the freebooter. Well, our creatures are all tapped for this turn. But I'm just thinking, if they steal our freebooter, that's not bad. Because then they can block with it. And then... yeah, exactly. So it's actually an okay play. Though... we can get in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. I'm in. We'll both lose a life, draw a card. I'm game for that. With what they're playing, there's no way they have a sweeper, really. We just drained the opponent, yeah. I was like, wait a minute, we just played a land. We can still do that. Or back-to-back freebooters could be good. We'll see. Like, it's one of the few cards that when it came out, like, pretty much everybody identified that, oh, this is going to be a thing. And the weird part is, I thought that, and I wasn't even processing the fact that it could get non-creatures up to 4. I was just reading it as being creatures. And I still thought it was good. Like, a couple days later, once I was like, this actually gets non-creatures? This is really good. Better than Aspirant? Yes. I like Aspirant a lot. Aspirant's really good, but I think the, what is this? So I guess they're going to play Mire Triton next turn, but we can kill that. I guess we take a Crow in War? I don't think we're really worried about anything else. Yeah, I like Luminarch Aspirant a lot, but it doesn't, I don't think it goes in as many decks as the Apparition goes into. Because Apparition's played in aggro decks, mid-range decks, control decks. Kind of like, you know, Yorion likes it. Like, it goes into all types of things. Man, this is going to be awesome. Because we're going to get to play this. Then get... Oh no! No! I pulled the wrong card out of my hand! Oh, this is where I was talking. I wanted to play the Deadweight. Oh no. Well, it's alright. Maybe we'll get to Deadweight of Ghost Rider. That's unfortunate. I totally wanted to Deadweight that creature and then attack for an extra 1. Hopefully it won't matter. But we'll see. Because if I end up drawing 2 lands, then it really does matter. Because I'd have been able to do multiple things here. Alright. We'll at least get to hit a Woe Strider. That won't be the worst thing. And then if we attack, they don't have anything good to hit with the Village Rites. So that's also a benefit. Oh, well, look at that. We get all the world anyway. It worked out just fine. Oh, well, we would have had another land in play this turn for sure. Alright, well, get in there, team. Next turn, we get to put a big hit on the opponent and play a freebooter. Because we could put a 4th land in, tap that, have 2. Or go get a creature or drain. Yeah, I'm good with this. We're a little behind of where we would have been. And would have had another land, maybe? No, we wouldn't have had a land, because we hit 1 every turn, so we wouldn't be ahead there. Alright. How many of our things you want to kill, opponent? I mean, you don't have flyers, so me putting flyers in seems like the right call here. And they can't block with the Skyclave Shade. Oh, this is good. So you use the Village Rites to let me take the better card. Yep. Oh, opponent's mulliganing a couple times. I guess I'll open with Eidolon in case they play a 1-mana thing I can kill with Mogus's Favor. Actually, it's probably not... Yeah, that's probably still worth it. I was thinking I was going to do something else, but that's probably correct. And if they don't do anything, we'll just freebooter, I guess. Though their decks play a lot of creatures. Yeah, you definitely, like, Cosmos Elixir is definitely a grindy card. For sure. Like, you're planning on the game going 12, 14, 15 turns sometimes. You know, where that 2 life incrementally is going to keep mattering. You don't necessarily want that with the Clerics and Angels decks. Oh, this is what we're going to do. Okay, then. Sure. Whoa. This was not what I thought we were doing. Okay, I guess we take this. I mean, we'll just keep them from cycling for a bit. The good news is we could put Amogus' Favor. Oh, well, that doesn't gain life, though. I was going to say we could put the Amogus' Favor on a Kite Sail Freebooter, but I really want it on the Eidolon. But then that just means they chump block with their Draenei Stinger, and that kind of sucks. So we don't want that to happen either. So I think it's going to be another Freebooter and the Dusk Welder next turn, and we'll see what happens. The Alela deck might work for Elixir. There was a new card, a couple of new cards that make tokens when you play like your second card. You know, you get a bonus for playing your second card for the turn or something like that. And I was thinking that might work in Alela, but I think those make spirits. But she gives a +1/+1 to any token, though, I think. So maybe it could work. Alright, what are we working with, opponent? You could turn something into a 4/4 if you had the mana. You just don't have the mana to use this. When are you going to use it? I mean, I'll take that. That's the only relevant card you can do, I guess. I mean, like, sure. Attack. And then what I'll do is I think I'll just put this on the Dusk Wielder, and then I'll start attacking with all three. It's probably going to be the plan. Opponent probably should have played the Drannith Healer here. I think that would have been a better strategy for them, especially since I have so many 1/2s out. Cycling that is actually bad. Because they're not going to win this situation. Yeah, just cycling, you're not going to win this fight. Like, what are we doing? I mean, I guess they're still cycling, though. Maybe they're still just going to get to their Zenith Flare, and maybe that's their plan. Which, if so, you know, props. Why not? I was going to say, at some point, you got to block. Alright, well that didn't help us. I was hoping to get another creature or something there. Alright. So opponents, I guess they're just going to be on that plan then. They're just going to be trying to kill us that way. Fair enough. I'm not going to get through with the Hateful Eidolon here. I only have one creature in the graveyard, so I can't... Gotta remove 2 other cards. So let's do this. Reasonable. Oh, already played a land. We can play the Mogus's Favor to get in for 3, 4, and then play a Whisper Squad, maybe? Alright, let's do that. I'm alright with that plan. Actually, I say that. I'm going to make it a Dusk Welder. Because I can still, like, I can possibly get more damage out of this, plus Whisper Squad, I can just wait, and then next turn get 2 copies anyway. Or draw a card. Gives us a little bit of flexibility. I mean, I'm sure they're just saving up to try to get to a big Zenith Flare. I mean, that makes the most sense. Problem is now, though, if they draw a land, yeah, exactly. Your turn didn't do a whole lot. Like, you can play dudes out of the yard now, which would be good. No blocks. And they do have dudes to play. So, I mean, we can't undersell that. Though now we have lethal just in flyers, so we're probably okay. Gonna go ahead and pay for Dusk Welder, put them down to 3. And that's probably game. Yeah, I can't imagine there's going to be anything else they're going to do here. I mean, unless they draw Zenith Flare to flare us for whatever that is, like 12. And that buys them a turn. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Even if we didn't have flyers, we have so much attack damage at this point, and we're about to get 2 more. Yep. Doesn't do it. And that's game, opponent. Yep, not blocking. Going to 12. Get a dude. I mean, I guess I could mess up and press attack all, but that'll do it. All right, freebooters managed to get it done that time. Dusk Welder, and then we'll play Blood Sky Berserker and hope for the best. Like, we'll need to draw something behind it, but this is a good card, though, for Mono Black Aggro, though. I have to admit. Like, very cool addition to this type of deck. I need another creature, so I can Mogus's Favor and a creature, and then pump that, put something on the Welder. A 1-mana thing would be great, because then I also get to ping with the Welder. That would be great. That is not what we wanted. That really doesn't do at all what we want. That makes us super sad is what that does. Ah, well, they didn't kill it, so I don't have a reason to cast the Village Rites here. That's unfortunate. Alright. You get to negate that. So be it. I can't play it out of the yard. Okay. I mean, there is an argument to be made. Oh, I guess I should have paid the 1. I'm just being sloppy. There's an argument to be made that I could have actually sacked the Dusk Welder anyway, because I'd be attacking for 3 then, and getting 2 cards with this deck likely would have resulted in some other 1-mana creature. So, could have been the correct play in the end of everything. Okay. Attack? Opponent's gonna counter a thing. Because of course they are. Soul Shatter. See, now this makes it weird. Because I would sack a thing, but then I wouldn't really be gaining anything. I would just lose the big creatures. So, weird as that is, yeah, that just doesn't really do anything for us, sadly. Like, I could sack my Dusk Welder and still sacrifice my Berserker. So that kind of sucks. Okay, sure. Doesn't really do anything. I guess we'll just pay. We sadly got the draw that doesn't do anything against those ultimatum decks. Good news, though. We have cards in our yard, so we can get 1 more in there. Alright, well, they're just going to ultimatum next turn. Hopefully we can get this Rankle off and it matters. Doubt it. But we're going to do it anyway and hope for the best. Oh, now the question is, do we get that 1 point in right now and have them draw a card? I think so. I mean, the problem is they could just as well Extinction Event. I mean, if they already have it, though, they probably already have it, so F it. We're going to do this. We'll discard this Deadweight. My logic being, There'll be stuff in the yard. Worst case scenario, we'll try to... Oh, well, that's pretty good. All right. I don't hate that. That makes things hurt a lot less. I mean, Extinction Event for even makes sense. Okay, there's an ultimatum. Can we protect our flyers? I think one of the things they're going to get probably is Extinction Event. These are both big benefits right now, though. So we like that. We probably don't want to give them an extra turn here. Plus, they'll get birds. So if they get the Epiphany, which they always get, that's probably going in, and we're probably just giving them whatever the other two cards are. Because even if it's Tybalt, then they just remove our Berserker, probably. Yeah. We just do that. We don't care. You get a Vorinclex.
To its knees.
I mean, I assume you're going to exile Rankle, right? Yeah, I was going to say, anything else doesn't make sense, because then you just lose Vorinclex. That would just seem really bad. Oh. Well. That's a thing. I can get the Blood Sky Seeker up to a 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, does that do it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait. Yeah. No, that's not enough. That's only 6. Where was my math coming from? Yeah, I was thinking because I could play this, I could sacrifice the Dusk Welder, and then... But that's only going to leave, like I said, the opponent at 2. But then we could sneak in a Rankle if they don't have a spot removal card. Though they do have our Rankle, which sucks. We can just Rankle here, attack, make them sack Vorinclex, which is probably more correct to do. And then we sacrifice a creature. The problem here, though, is Dusk Welder is an automatic 1 damage when I attack. But I think we have to do this. Just on the off chance that I could make it bigger. But now they maybe just exile this Rankle and play one of them from their hand. Like, I don't know. You know, though the argument could have been made too. These are both even cost. I probably should have got rid of Berserker. Then an Extinction Event only gets rid of one of our creatures. And then we still would have had 3. Yeah, that still would have been lethal. That's actually bad. I should have got rid of the Berserker. That's a mistake. Because if they have an Extinction Event here, I actually lose in an otherwise situation where I wouldn't. Alright, so opponent's going to make us discard, or sacrifice a creature, I'm assuming. Alright, I mean, I guess we sacrifice this duder. Yep.
Oh, trust me,
And then they replay it? Nope. And we've got nothing in hand. Ugh. I mean, I guess it turns out our misplay didn't really matter, but it could have. It really could have. Yeah, we're just dead now. I'm willing to move on. Mostly because I could like turn 1 Wilder, turn 2 Berserker, and then we can see what to do after that. I should also look and see if there's any other random Berserker synergies in this list, because we could actually play... I really should consider the 3/1 Elf. I was kind of wanting to use this another time, but that works there. Because the 3/1 elf actually, when you have an elf or a berserker die, you lose a life, draw a card, which could be pretty good too, since we're playing a full set of 2 other berserkers. And a 3/1 for 2, I mean, granted, the back end dies to everything, but getting 3 damage is pretty good, especially when you're playing like Demonic Embrace and stuff. So that's something to at least consider. Okay, what do we do here? Alright, let's do this. I'm going to assume Hateful Eidolon's going to draw some damage from the opponent. Then next turn, we'll just do this and Mogus's favor. It'll still be our second spell, so we'll get to a 3/3, and then we'll just see what to do after that. Alright. Let's go. I'll assume they have some type of burn, whether that's a Bone Crusher Giant, Shock. Well, not a Shock. They'd be playing Frostbite at this point. Alright. Nothing? Nothing? Nah, we're being set up. There's no way they have absolutely nothing here. Though now, if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and play Eidolon first and then just do this. And then you kill an Eidolon, we still get a card. See if we draw something to have 2 spells next turn. Because if there's fire that's going to come down, I'd rather it kill an Eidolon than kill this thing. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess we get 2 cards out of the deal. Could have been worse. They want to kill a Dusk Welder over Hateful Eidolons? And that's a choice. I was going to say, they thought about it. I was about to be really confused. I mean, this does gain a life every turn, but like, Eidolons are cards plus possibly more because they already know about the Mogus's favor. Alright, Bone Crush, makes sense. Ooh, what do we do here? What do we do here? Because Demonic Embrace is a real thing. The opponent doesn't have a lot of flyers. It is a little bit of a risk. Because they could still have a Frostbite. Though we could do this. See if we draw a land the next turn, try to freebooter and deadweight. Could also be a thing. Alright, I'm going to go for it. Oh, they didn't have it. Alright, here we go. Alright. Sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit. No, they got a 1/1 on the ground. We're not too concerned about that. We're all air all the time right now. That is annoying and could be a problem if we didn't have a deadweight already. So this actually works out quite well. And we'll attack with this. I mean, we'll attack with both because we can't block with it. Opponent might forget and block. I doubt it, but maybe. Though, funny story. One time, this little artifact made a difference because it made it cheaper for me to use an Embercleave. As dumb as that was. And I only won with 1 turn before I would have died because I had those to attack with. I also, actually, no, there's 2 times those benefited me. Because there's another time where I had weaponized the monsters. And I was able to sacrifice 2 of those on, like, what was probably the second to the last turn. So, every once in a while, not often, there's some corner cases where giving your opponent those creatures could come back to haunt you. Alright. Sure, we take a damage. Ooh, Lurrus is nifty. Lurrus, you real nice right now. You real nice. I mean, you can't block anyway, but still. I mean, we just do that, cost the opponent their whole board. Yeah, I mean, I think they can win from here. Once got wrecked because the guy kept mutating onto the tokens I gave him. That's pretty bad too. If they needed something to mutate on, that's a good one. So he was suffering more damage than the 1 point. He was like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no blocks. Like, what's my benefit in blocking? Yeah, exactly. That doesn't do anything. Okay, so the deck plays exactly like you expected would. No major surprises, but I do think you should consider finding a way to get that last demonic embrace in there. And maybe, if you were so inclined, there's the 3/1 Elf Berserker from Kaldheim that's worth considering because you do have 2 other sets of Berserkers that could result in more cards being drawn. Not necessarily saying it's the best way to go, but it is something to consider if you're light on cards. And I bring that up because this is pretty much a budget list. It only really has the Luris, the Agadeem's Awakening, maybe Castle Lothwain, and Rankle, but you're not even playing full sets of those either. So something to consider if you're looking to build another deck that's not going to tax your wild cards or other resources too much. As for the card spotlight today, we're going to bring up Persistent Petitioners. And the reason I do that is not just because of the card itself, but pretty much any card outside of probably 7 Dwarves, but you know, the rats and whatnot that let you play multiple copies. Those are always cards that sell. So I would recommend, if you have any, check them out. Or if you're making a sell list to a vendor, see if you have any of those, you know, that let you play an unlimited amount of that card. They're always on buy lists and people always want them. And you sometimes can get anywhere from 50 cents to $1 for them, depending on just, you know, time of year and availability. So give those a look if you need to get a few more bucks to get that rare card you need for your commander decks. As always, you'll be get this deck list down in the description below. Also, check out our other links to our streams. You can catch me streaming during the week now, daytime, over on Facebook as well. And we still have our evening streams on Twitch a couple times a week. So if you want to be part of the streams, be featured on the videos, who knows? Come by, say hi, see what's up. And as always, hit the like, subscribe, you know the drill, down below. Please do that, help me out. And that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.